So we're back to talking about what happened after Chiiyaam, the liquid smudge that I created and that I spoke about last week. And so after creating it, I was very impressed with the purification that for me and for several others is much more powerful than the ordinary smudging with smoke. And it can be explained in several different ways why that is. And that's why I also decided to put it on the market to make it available to as many people as possible. And it was launched on January year 2000. And slowly, as the first 2 years went by, the therapists in every country that I was close to because of my teaching started using it. And it spread. It's not a very big clientele, but very niche. But people who could feel the energy, therapists. I soon had some in 10 countries. And after 8 years, it grew and it was every year a bit bigger. And then it was too big for my subas. Well, what's the English word for my basement? And that it was also too much work. I needed people to help me with that. So we moved. And for the first time, I had employees. And that's when the ladies asked me if I could create something that is more feminine, as of course, liquid smudge, because of the sage, which is very masculine, and the purification effect, which is a masculine um, characteristic. That made a lot of sense because when we purify our energy field, things that were not no longer good for us leave the energy field, and of course there's some emptiness, and the universe does not tolerate emptiness. Things will automatically come in to fill the gaps. So that's what often I've done and I've seen elders do is burn the smudge with the sage to purify, and then burn the sweet crash to attract beneficial energies in favorable circumstances. So I communicated with my perfumer in France, as I had very low expertise in this field, and together we worked and we created Miwah, which the main ingredient is sweetgrass. It has 20 other ingredients also. And it's a beautiful perfume. And most people use it as in the energy field, or you can also use it as a perfume. And it is encoded with our shamanic rituals that structures the liquid, making it crystalline, with the encoding to attract beneficial energies in favorable circumstances. And so that was a great addition. And from there, slowly, I decided to expand a bit because I found this adventure was very interesting. And so I decided to create the five elements perfume, sacred essence for the five elements. All of the traditional, old, ancient, traditional medicine of the world all have a tradition of a theory of the five elements. The Chinese have their five elements. The Ayurvedic tradition in India has their five elements. The Tibetan have their five elements. The ancient alchemists in Europe had the five elements. And we also had a theory of the five elements. The different theories don't match. Some have different elements. For example, the Chinese have metal and wood. But what we have, which is the same as the Tibetans, we're the same race actually, is uh, thus earth, water, wind, fire, and sacred sound. Sacred sound is the infinite space in which the elements play. And so I went to France and worked with my perfumer. We worked for a whole week together to do this. And I really got a lot of expertise coming about of that experience. The only one that's 100% my formula is the wind, Utin. That's a Naskapi Innu word for, well, Naskapi is not Innu, but they're very close, the languages. Um, and with the, also, if you'll notice above it, there's the syllabics, which is the writing of the northern tribes. And yes, since I was young, I had a lot of lung problems, so I've been working on this formula already for a long time, and it is the one I use the most because of my specific physiology. And uh, and of course, then we have the water, Nipi, sacred sound, Pataquin. Well, that's very expansive fragrance. Nipi is like what you'd smell on the rocks by the side of the sea with algae there. Ishkutao, the fire, which smells like hot coals. And Ashi, the earth, which of course smells like the undergrowth in the humus in the woods. And so I use all of them in when I give healings now. It's something that I added on to my protocol, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful. And so from there, I had understood also in the process of all this exploration of the world of fragrance and scent that there was a great need for natural perfumes. Because at the very beginning, when I was working on Chiiyaam, I had asked my very generous perfumer in France to give me a few, formulas with natural products so I could, experiment a little bit like we do our scales on an instrument. I wanted to practice. And I was surprised when he answered that he couldn't. And that's when I understood that more than 50% of what is in today's perfumes are synthetic molecules, chemicals. It's much easier to work with. You can isolate one molecule and it has one scent. As in essential oil, there's a vast array of essential oils. So I decided to experiment. And I worked for 2 years on a formula. I wanted something that was very uh, in the same line as Miwah, but a lot more richer. Uh, and when I finished and I brought it to my perfumer in France, we tinkered it a bit so it was a bit better because he had the expertise and the equipment to tinker it up a little bit. But when he smelled it, he looked at me and he looked at the formula and he says, "How did you do that?" So I understood that it's possible that we can do that. And I developed an expertise since then. So that's the next step. If we can succeed this crowdfunding, that we need to clear out all the bad energy that accumulated in the invocation because of the persecution that's levied against people working in health and native people. And the story. It's not a new one. It's been going on for millennia. And create the space to make another division or another company or whatever. We're not decided on what formula, what structure we're going to give to it, but we want to create for the people natural perfumes that they can wear. And of course, we will continue to do the encoding into the perfumes. The shamanic ritual that structures the liquid and makes it crystalline for two reasons. First of all, it puts an intention in the liquid. That's why our perfumes are so powerful, why they have such a powerful effect. And the second reason is that we don't need any preservatives. That's because it's crystalline, it doesn't move. So that's unique to our company. And and so we will not speak about it as openly as with, of course, our niche uh, liquid smudge and sacred essences, that the people use in therapy and for their spiritual work. But they will still be there. For example, I've got three of them that are already nearly finished. And one of them, just as an example, I created when my daughter had her baby, and she had the postpartum syndrome after giving birth, a little bit of depression. I immediately put together a formula and gave it to her, and she used it every day, and poof, no more depression. And it came out like first attempt, really nice. So I continue working on that. It's nearly finished. It's going to be called Baby Blue. It'll have the encoding, of course, to promote happiness. So they will, like, I want to do one on peace. I want to do one that you use before going to bed. We have a number of beautiful projects, three of them that are already nearly finished with Baby Blue, the one that I created for my daughter. So that's the gist of where we're at, what we're doing. Please go to the crowdfunding, even if you give a very small amount. We do want to continue this beautiful work. We're more than halfway there, but we've only got 40%. And as I explained, if we don't reach the $12,000, the money is given back to the donors. We will not get a penny. So I'm confident that you guys will help me. I think what we're doing is valuable, and I've got lots of energy to work on it. Um, and I've got beautiful people to help me. We just need to clear up the past, and we need a little bit of help, and we'll get going. So thank you very much, and see you soon. I continue to write my articles that seem to be appreciated every weekend. So meet me at blueeagle1.net or aiglebleu.net. Thank you very much. Have a beautiful day. Bye.